So let's talk about those relationships. You know, of course, there's always that one Cinderella story of like, you know, you just happen to meet Gina today, and y'all gonna email her because she told you. Matter of fact, somebody in this crowd was smart enough to email her while she was giving the email address out.
Hustle.
Right? Right? Did that happen? Okay, if it hasn't.
My phone has us on live.
So, you know, y'all might want to jump on that. So she gets in and she goes to music a week from now, 2 weeks from now. She finds something from one of you guys that is so amazing that she bypasses 5 or 6 people that she already has a relationship with, and like you have a commercial on TNT for a year and a half. It could happen, but in reality, it doesn't happen like that most of the time. So how important is it to have those relationships, one, and two, how do you cultivate that relationship outside of just sending your music, and how important is that for you?
I believe in organic relationships. You know, like if I call these guys, man, hey man, let's go grab a beer. Not just let's get in the studio, let's work. You know what I'm saying? The organic relationships, people want to really rock with you because they know you're there because you're organically there, not because you want to use them for something.
Right.
You know, relationships, man, because everybody gonna fall off. That's why I treat the janitor like the CEO. That's how I work. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I might fall off one day, and guess what? I still got that relationship there. So now I can get back in the game. You know what I'm saying? So relationships is everything. And I was talking to Henny from the business yesterday, and I was saying, we were talking about how important it is now that artists are listening more to the engineers. So that's like if you're producing, you're trying to get placements, it's no longer to the artist. You need to find the engineer and get with them.
Yes.
The artists trust the engineers more now.
And don't be afraid to like, I have to do it still, you know, like, do you read my script? Do you read my script? Do you read my script? Like, bother the hell out of me until I get tired of your ass. Like, seriously, that's how this sister right here, Jacoby, who's shooting for us now, she just kept hitting me, like, I want to shoot with you, I want to work with you, I want to work with you. And I was like, she got drive, she's hungry. Yeah. And, you know, a lot of times you don't know what's going on. It has nothing to do with you. You know, we get discouraged and we're like, give up, but that could have been the day that the person had time. Not only that, in events like this, you should really be looking at those bios, because I'm on, like, we got Penalty right here in the house, Nick Levine, like, Coriega, like, come on, like, that's like history right there. Coriega, right? Noriega. And so, like, you know, we got some heavyweights in the room too. Like, when you look around and you know, from the panels and see who's in the building, and like, you should have their face. Like, I'm a writer first. I will do all, even though I just messed up on me. I grew up New York hip hop, so I know better. But you know, I like to see who's coming. Like, who am I going to approach? You know, who am I going to get at? I want to build, like, you know, my movies and get great music in my films. And so that's another really good thing to do too.
And you got to move outside the area, man. Like, Atlanta's cool. It's great because it's easy to access people. But go somewhere else. Go to New York. Go to LA. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to move around. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, I've been places that I was living in DC for 6 months. Then I went from DC, I stayed in New York for a few weeks. Went to LA. And then all that stuff will come together. Because eventually, you know, somebody will be like, man, I met you out there in LA. And you just building those relationships, man. Then you'll be like, send me some stuff. It happened to me yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, man, I always see you, bro. Yo, send me some stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, no relationships is very important, but be organic.
Yeah.
My biggest tip, what I tell people, is don't be thirsty, be hungry. It's two totally different things.
Well, a quick strategy and networking, because y'all know how you do that. One of the things that me and Doug always do is, let's say we have Gina, right? We already know what Gina does. So we're like, all right, we know what we want. What we come and say is, what do you need? How can we help you out? Because we know working with her, that's a win.
Like they said, everybody on here has had a relationship that came from something else. I met Gina 5 years ago because of something she did with David Banner that had nothing to do with music. And then I messed up and I didn't follow up with her. And then look at that, right? Sitting right here. I interviewed Neil Levine for allhiphop.com in 2006, 7. He probably doesn't even remember that. When I just looked up his name, his number is still in my phone. Y'all see him over here, right? Like, and I was talking to him 10 years ago about a label that he was starting, and it wasn't the first one. Like, he's a big deal. If you Google him, he's a big deal. I just tried to Google him to make sure I was thinking of the right person, and his phone number came up in my phone. So you come back to A3C 4 years from now and run into somebody that had a different trajectory from you, and then now they're in a position to do something new or vice versa.
I have a question. If I had an event like at a studio, maybe in a couple of months after Christmas, would you? And I didn't charge you all. Would you come?
Hell yeah.
Okay. send me your email addresses. Like, I just want to put a network thing together, because I always have this thing. Panels are dope, but it's you still leave. And we just threw everything at you, and then it's like, what now?
Right.
So I want to put an event together. I'm not going to charge anything. I might have some pizza and chips and stuff, so don't expect nothing big like the food they had there. But just so y'all can talk to each other. And I have a studio next to my office, and we'll just go in there, and that's what the plan will be. So send your email. If you didn't get my email earlier, it's Gina, Gina, listens @gmail.com, and we will put some stuff together. And I will coerce these brothers to be in the room if I can, and my sister right here. And we will just, I think that's how it's got to start. So that's what I want to do. And I'll have it filmed, so we have little video, and you can push that on your IG and make it look like something, because perception is reality. We all know that.
Aren't you glad
So,
you came down?
then we'll go ahead and do that.
Who else is gonna do this for you? Think about it.
So, a question for you guys when we're talking about that. Ed Lover yesterday on his panel said that he doesn't work with guys because 9 times out of 10 the guys are coming in the room trying to be him. So for the producers who are in the room, how do you become an effective mentee? How do you approach somebody like Smitti Boi? How do you approach somebody like Doug to put yourself in a position to learn from you guys versus just putting yourself in a position to submit music?
So you're saying like if an artist, how do they?
If a producer right now that's in this room
Right.
wants to figure, like, how can they learn from you?
Man, I don't really think you can really learn from anybody to a certain extent, because you have your own path, your own situation. Even for me, not to take it off the question, but how many producers in here again? Have y'all worked with any artists? Have y'all been to the studio since y'all been out here? Okay, one. The biggest thing is investing in yourself. Okay, when I was coming traveling here, I would go book studio time at the biggest studios. You know what I would do? Even though it was like $70 an hour, because I knew A3C was coming the next year, right? So I got every month to save up $10 a month, whatever it was, right? I would go to the studio, I would open up the door, leave the door open, and just crank beats up.
There you go.
Literally, and then people would just walk by. That's how I ended up meeting Metro, Sony, all these guys. They keeping their head in. What the hell going on? Next thing I know, Lil Scrappy coming in there playing some beats. Da, 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 da. So everybody's path is different. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really just say, hey, it's a blueprint to this. But it's a small. You got to invest in yourself as a producer. I love speaking to producers, man.
Yeah.
It's important to look at yourself as an artist. It's cool to buy, the dopest the keyboards and all, and your VSTs. That's cool, but invest in yourself. Think of yourself as an artist. You got to market yourself as an artist. Your social media. Don't post no dumbass memes. I don't post none of that shit. Like if I post it, I take that shit down probably like 20 minutes. Because it's funny, I want to share it, but it's a brand. You are a business.
Yeah.
If you say, Smitty, can you listen to my stuff? And I go to the first thing I'm gonna do is go to your page.
Yep.
And if you got a bunch of memes, a bunch of low quality shit, I'm not gonna listen to it. I'm just gonna be real. I'm gonna be like, man, I ain't got time for this. Because I can tell you're already not putting money into yourself.
Right. I think, at least for me, I can't teach any of you how to produce. I can't teach anybody how to rap. I can't teach anybody how to sing. I think those are God-given talents. I think what I can offer is advice. What I can do is maybe tell you a little bit which is kind of what we're doing here. Tell you a little bit about what we do and what we've experienced, and because everything is changing now, you might actually have a better strategy than I do. I've been doing this for a very long time. Someone that goes ahead and gets a record out and gets a placement and so forth, and it might go multi-platinum their first time out the gate, just because the stars aligned. So that's why I could never teach you how to be a producer. But what I can do is I can share with you, and I don't mind doing that. I'll give you my IG, it's not a problem. We can talk, we can have conversations, it's not a problem. I'm here, I always do this, So my whole thing is, and I can speak for some of the guys on here too, is just like, I know we didn't have this.